Welcome to Papa Junk Shop. Well, got a couple more lithium batteries to check out. These are going to be for the wife's, what do you call them, mobility scooters. It has two, had originally lead acid batteries about the size of lawn and garden tractor batteries. I bought it when we went to one of the engine shows. I think it was, no, that one I got at an auction. And of course the batteries were no good in it. So when I priced the batteries, they were ridiculously high priced. So I just went to Walmart and got a couple of lawn and garden tractor batteries and put in it. And we've used it for a couple of years, but you know, they're not really a deep cycle battery, and the range wasn't bad, but it really wasn't good either. So I looked around for some lithium iron phosphate batteries, and I found a couple of companies that I thought were reputable. And one of them was that Wise or Wheeze or however you say it. And I don't remember what the other one was, but I wanted 36 ampere hour ones anyways. So the one website, right where it told the dimensions, it was all screwed up and you couldn't read what the dimensions of the battery were. Well, I got to make sure they're going to fit. So I sent them an email, and they sent me an email back and said that it was 11 inches by 11 inches by, I don't remember, 7 inches or something. And I thought, I don't think so. I sent them an email back, and you know, can you actually measure the thing? That doesn't sound like a 36 ampere hour battery would be that large. And they sent me an email back and said that yes, that was correct. So I thought, well, apparently they don't want to sell any batteries. So the other one that I found was just the opposite. They told me that their battery was 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches by like 3 inches. And I did the same thing with them, and they said that that was the correct dimensions. So I looked and looked and looked, and I finally found these on Amazon. You know, they don't come up under what you want. You get everything else but. So it takes two of them because it's 24 volt. And as you can see, all they did is the original box is tape two of them together and put a label on it. And I'm surprised it made it across the country. The one I already got out looks alright. And they just got a little bubble wrap around them, and that's it. They do seem relatively heavy for being lithium iron phosphate. So, but of course the other ones are half as big as that, and I'm used to the smaller ones. So this is it, a MIADY, 12.8 volts, 36 ampere hours, 460.8 watt hours. Advanced cell design, long life cycle, and environmentally friendly, lightweight, and lower self-discharge. And there's storage information there. And this is the manual that comes with it. Isn't that wonderful? And the front and the back's English, and the inside is something else. And you need two magnifying glasses to see it. One to magnify the other one. And then when you do finally see it, there isn't a lot in there that means much. Maintenance free, internal cell balancing, lighter weight, Can be charged using most standard lead acid chargers. I don't think so. wider temperature range. Support for serial application expansion to 51.2 volts. But on the other side, it says you can only series 3 of them. So, you know, what are you going to believe? So, let's by the seat of your pants deal again. So, get that out of there. This is what the terminals look like. They're pretty decent looking. Brass. I mean, overall it looks nice. And I'm surprised it's in that good a shape the way they packaged it. So, you get 3 screws. So they give you a spare, I guess that's so if you lose one. And they do have the lock washer and the regular washer. I'm not sure what size they are. There's millimeters, I'm sure. And they are not 8s, that's for sure. Because the other ones say they're 8s. So let's see what she's got voltage-wise. What? 6.89? Well, that's not a good thing. The other one I took out was 12.8. This is not good. It leads me to believe that these have been sitting a long time. Well, let's throw a charger on it and see what happens. I can throw some more tape on the box and send them back, I guess. So I'm going to throw a charge on her and I'll let you know how we make out. And then home stretch for the first battery. There, it just BMS must have disconnected. So I'm gonna watch it, see when it comes back on. I'm assuming that it must be one cell must be reached. Oh, there it just come back on. So probably one cell's reached maximum voltage and the BMS is shutting it down. So I'll leave her go for a bit and see if it settles out. Give it a nice slow charge. Actually a little bit less than 1C. This is the one that was only 6 point some volts. And it sat for a little while, so it's at 13.53. And I got my inverter hooked up here, and we're gonna run her down and see how she does. So turn the inverter on, turn the load on. Okay, that's about 3.4. So that should be about a 1C. So we're going to be gentle with it because of the conditions. See how it does. We're going to give it a chance. I'll let you know the results. Got part way through the test and I seen the light go out. I thought, couldn't be already. And the bulb burn out. So we're going to have to run this again. Ready to do a capacity test. on this battery. I let it charge all the way up, and it sat for a while, so I'm going to use just a couple of 12-volt incandescent bulbs. We're going to draw about, I think, around 8 amps, so just a little over 2C, 0.2C, and see how long she lasts. Now, this is the one that was only 6 point some volts when I took it out of the box. So get the bulbs plugged in here. Okay, so we're just 18.4, and voltage is dropping quick, of course, right off the bat. And we're down to 13 volts approximately here now, so I'll check back with you in a while, see how she's doing. We're at the 1 hour point, and we have about 8.2 amps and 12.68 volts. Voltage seems a little low, but seemed that way before too. So I'll check back in another hour. We're at the 2 hour mark. We got 12.45 volts and 8 amps. See you in another hour if it lasts that long. 2.5 hours. It just disconnected. And it was down to 11 point something volts. So I think that this battery, being that when it shipped it only had 6 point some volts in it, that is just not going to ever perform like it should. So I'm going to give it one more chance with the 0.1C, which would be around 4 amps, 3.64 amps, something like that. So I'll charge it up overnight again, nice slow charge, give it one more try. So see you then. Try this test again. I'm going to lower the DC current. I charged it at 1C all the way up, and it has sat for about 13 hours. The voltage is at 13.29, and the amperage is at 4.2, and with the load on it's at 13.09 and going down. So we'll see what it looks like in an hour. Now we're into the first hour. See what we got. 12.9 volts and still at 4.2 amps. Check back in another hour. Okay, hour 4 is gone. We're still at 4.2 amps. And the voltage is 12.55. See you in another hour. Okay, we're at, let's see, 4 hours and 40 minutes. We're down to 11.78. We're at 4 amps. And somewhere around here is where it went off last. So we're definitely not going to get no 36 ampere hours out of it, even at a lower discharge rate. The voltage is dropping off pretty quick there. I missed seeing exactly when it went off the first time, so I'll leave her running this time so we can see. It seems like an awful high voltage for it to shut down, but that's what it did before. .31 it shut down. And so this one was an hour or 45 minutes. So definitely not doing what it should. Let me scratch my pencil around a little bit and see if I can figure out how many ampere hours we got. Not sure how well you'll be able to see this, but this was my first test with a 8 amp load, 8.4 to start out. Started out at 13.6, and the first hour we got averaged 8.3, second hour 8.1, and the last one was 7.9, but it only lasted for a half an hour, so we divide that by 2, add that up, and you get 20.35 ampere hours. So I charged it up overnight, let it set, run a test again at 4 amps, which was closer to the 1C rate, or 0.1C. And we started at 10:30. First hour we got 4.2, second hour 4.2, third hour 4.2, fourth hour 4.2, and then you guys seen the last of it. It was 45 minutes for that one, and it was down to 4 amps. It shut off at what, 11.3? The battery actually shut down. So that gives us 3.1 ampere hours for a total of 19.9. And that's not even close to 36 ampere hours. So this battery, this is the one that came at 6 point some volts right out of the box. So I'm going to get a hold of the seller and see what they're going to do about it, whether I can get some replacements or money back or what they're going to do, but it definitely is not what it's advertised to be. So at this point, these batteries didn't test out right, and we'll see what they're going to do about it. Hopefully they'll make it right, and we can give them a decent review. But if you enjoyed me struggling with these batteries, you know, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks for watching, and if anybody's got any ideas of what I'm doing wrong here to test these out, you know, let me know. But you know, I've done this with how many other batteries, and it always works out good. So see you next time. Well, I sent them an email, and in less than 24 hours I had a response from them, and they offered to replace that battery, and they didn't want the old one back. So this is a new one. It just came. So, and they shipped it in the same kind of a box. I wish there was some kind of a date code or something on them. This one looks like it might have been handled a little bit, since it was so maybe they actually checked this one out. So, see what we got for voltage on this one out of the box. This one already has the screws in it, so I'm assuming that maybe they actually checked it out before they shipped it. Huh. $8.95 again, so apparently they didn't. I don't know. I think they just got a bunch of old stock and they're trying to get rid of it. Oh my. Well, give them a chance. So we'll give her a slow charge and see what it does. Okay, I got the lithium smart charger on the 3 to 5 amp setting. So we'll get her hooked up here. It won't even come on. This one's so bad that it won't even charge. Well, I guess I'm going to have to give up on these. Get a hold of them again. See what we're going to do. Been several weeks since I messed with this battery. This is the one that wouldn't take a charge and you couldn't get anything out of it. Determined that the BMS was bad. The cells seemed to be okay. This is the one that I got the total refund for. So I got a new BMS for it. I got a 40 amp one, and I'm going to install it. And my plan is to unsolder this and this, and I'm gonna attempt to drill these straps so I can bolt on. I'm gonna crimp an eyelet on here so that this will be completely replaceable, and then I'm going to mark each one of these so that I can hook up this new cable. So, and then I'll test her out and see how she's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get these labeled and get this out of here and get this installed. Now, I think maybe I better do this too. Okay, this one positive strap here, we ought to be out of there. Okay, here's the old one. See if we can get it off this piece of insulation. Nothing on the back side at all. Okay, I'm going to work on getting these straps prepared. Okay, I'm far enough along, I got the blades all hooked up. I'm just going to double check before I plug anything in. So I should have 0. Oh, can you guys see the meter? There, now you can. Should have 0 here. Okay, 3.34. 6.73, 10.11, 13.46. So they're all in the right order. So I should be able to plug this in now. So, we don't see any smoke or anything. Okay. So now, before we weren't able to get anything out, so let's see. $13.47. Okay, next thing to do is gonna get a light bulb and throw on it. See if we get anything out of it, where before we couldn't. Okay, I just got a little car light bulb here. I think it uses about 2 amps or something like that. Yes, there we go. Now we're getting juice out. Okay. So I get a lug on here. get everything put back together and test her out. So just got a little cleaning up to do in that lug. See you in a bit. Got all the heat shrink done and everything hooked up and got her fastened down in there. See what we got. .46. So let's hook the inverter on her and put a little load on her and see how she acts. Okay, I got a real nightmare here, but it should work. So we got 13.36. I got my anti-ammeter on there. The inverter's hooked up. Got about a 100-watt bulb in there. Okay, that's about right. Pretty close to 10 amps. And we got 13 volts. So let me throw on a 300-watt bulb along with 100. See what happens. There we go. It's a 36 amp per hour battery, supposedly. We got what, 34? And she's 11.98. Alrighty. Looks like she's gonna be okay. It's not really designed for that kind of a load, so I'm not gonna leave it on there for long. So we'll leave that 100 water on there for a little while. So I can run it down a little bit, then I'm going to throw a charger on it and see how it acts. Make sure that part works okay too. It's been running for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. We're still at 12.85, so I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to put this charger on. Make sure that it's going to accept the charge. And I got a little helper today, as you can see. You're my helper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a real engineer here today. Okay, so I'm going to use this little smart charger. I'm going to put it on the 5 amp setting and just plugging it in. Okay, here we go. We got, now we'll let her settle in for a minute. Okay, we're up to 5 amps. .5 volts, 5 amps. Okay, gonna let her go until she charges up. Well, charged up fine, not a problem. So all I gotta do is I'm gonna put 4 screws in, one on each side, just like I did that other battery. And then we'll have a couple of, well, no we won't either. I'm gonna get another one of those BMS's and put in the other battery too. Even though it is working reasonably well, I'm going to replace it. So if you enjoyed this one, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks for watching. See you next time.